Yo, 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 what's happening, XPIZZA? This your boy Theory Coon represent Dirty Magazine, and we at the live civil show representing love for MLK, representing love for all marginalized communities because that's really the heart of what America is fighting for our rights, fighting for our rights to party, man, for lack of a better term. I'm gonna be playing some speeches from MLK, from the wonderful Malcolm X, um, and yeah, I hope everyone out there is safe. I hope everyone out there is chasing their dreams. I hope everyone out there is pursuing their passions at all times, 'cause that's very important. Very important. Don't take it lightly. All right, let's take it away, MLK.
That one could just take off anywhere. I'll have to rush right out and go to New York to talk about Vietnam tomorrow, and I've been talking about it a great deal this week and weeks before that. But I'd like to use as a subject from which to speak this afternoon the other America. And I use this subject because there are literally two Americas. One America is beautiful for situation. And in a sense, this America is overflowing with the milk of prosperity and the honey of opportunity. This America is the habitat of millions of people who have food and material necessities for their bodies, and culture and education for their minds, and freedom and human dignity for their spirits. In this America, millions of people experience every day the opportunity of having life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in all of their dimensions. And in this America, millions of young people grow up in the sunlight of opportunity. But tragically and unfortunately, there is another America. And this other America has a daily ugliness about it that constantly transforms the buoyancy of hope into the fatigue of despair. In this America, millions of work-starved men walk the streets daily in search for jobs that do not exist. In this America, millions of people find themselves living in rat-infested, vermin-filled slums. In this America, people are poor by the millions, and they find themselves perishing on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. In a sense, the greatest tragedy of this other America is what it does to little children. Little children in this other America are forced to grow up with clouds of inferiority forming every day in their little mental skies. And as we look at this other America, we see it as an arena of blasted hopes and shattered dreams. Many people of various backgrounds live in this other America. Some are Mexican Americans, some are Puerto Ricans, some are Indians, some happen to be from other groups. Millions of them are Appalachian whites. Probably the largest group in this other America in proportion to its size in the population is the American Negro. The American Negro finds himself living in a triple ghetto, a ghetto of race, a ghetto of poverty, a ghetto is to deal with this problem, of the two Americas. We are seeking to make America one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now let me say that the struggle for civil rights, or the struggle to make these two Americas one America,
Now that was The Other America by MLK. And really what that means to me is there is a slight dissonance that America was created in. You know, America was created for liberty, justice for all races, for all creative people. But obviously there is an unknown story being told by the misfortunate that don't have a voice, that the Constitution said that they have a right to speak, you know? And we really, really, really need to be cognitive of marginalized communities, that they have a voice, and it's not about just the major communities, you know, all the time. That's where the culture is. Culture is definitely bred by the marginalized communities. Fashion, music, culture in general. So I really do want to advise culture as being the number one influence in America, and the number one export of America is culture. And you know, we have a certain allure about culture, you know. And one of those interesting and invigorating cultures is cult culture. It's not the fucking first time, you feel me? So we got cult culture here, man. Like I want you to introduce yourself too, man. Cult culture.
Hey, shout out to everybody in the cyber world. Shout out to everybody who just walked in a spot. Shout out to MLK. It's good to be alive. Shout out to everybody who woke up today. Shout out to everybody who didn't wake up today. Um, I go by X Most High. I started Cult Culture, which is a movement of artists, a movement of dope ass people who believe in themselves, who believe in the world, and every day we take a step forward. That's all we could do, and we do it very well. We do it to the best of our ability. Shout out to Theory Coon, Dirty Mag, Radio Bonita, XPIZZA. It's beautiful, man. It's good to be here, and thank you for having me.
Now I really want to talk about, I guess, like where cult culture like came from, or I guess like what was your goal for cult culture in general when you first started it?
My main goal was to create a platform that I could and other people could stand on and stand on it and be proud. I wanted to build something that you know would would extend beyond myself, and I wanted to show the community that there's a certain way to do things if we all want to do it. You know, it has to be built on love. It can't be built on fear. And my main goal was to just build a platform that I could really stand on, and other people could firmly stand on outside of myself. You know, so and you, man, you the first artist to ever be on Cult Culture. You know, we started it in 2021. Since 2021, we had about almost 40 events. You know, worked with hundreds. Well, 100 plus, not hundreds. Hundreds is a reach, but we've worked with tons and tons and tons of fire artists, and you were the first of many artists to have performed on Cold Culture, and you definitely a legend for that. And you were a legend outside of that. Before Cold Culture was a thing, you were definitely a legend. But seeing you build your legacy, like I'm happy to be a part of that story for sure, bro. Like, good shit.
That's crazy. Like that. I was actually like the first artist to like perform at Cold Culture, and it's like I think you hit me up. Like I don't know if you hit me up, but I just seen it, and then I'm like, yo, okay. Like I lived in the Bronx at the time. I was living uh at a what's the place called? It's called Live Action. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was a senior producer at BET for like 10 years, and he let me live there for like 2 3 months, which was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like just having artists like back to back, recorded like Siggy Black, like mad drill artists and shit. And then at the time, I'm like, yo, okay, I'm gonna pull up to my nigga Exmo's High shit, 'cause I knew, you know what I'm saying, like he was kind of behind it. Yeah, yeah, New York City. Yeah, 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 we did. Yeah, shout out New York City. Oh shit, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
What made me fuck with you is that like you were dope freestyling and dope performing, but you also were like, yo, I mix too. Like I'm going to the studio tonight. Like what? That's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I fuck with it. Like you be cooking. That's so important. You know what I'm saying? To cook and have the ability to cook because you gotta eat. If you can't cook, you can't eat. You know what I'm saying? Like
On some real shit. If you can't cook, you can't eat. Real shit. But what I was going towards for our collaboration, the first one, I would say, like, I kind of knew, like, that you had that energy to make a show. And obviously, like, there are fads and, like, there's people that come and go. So, whatever that fad or whatever people try to express themselves, I'm going to be there, you know? So that's why like I was there, 'cause like I knew you would be the person to properly express themselves for the allotted time that they got, and it was a great show. They had like freestylers outside and shit. Like yeah, yeah, the first one. Yeah, Raise Up. Shout out Raise Up. And like really I can't really like think where my mind was at the time to think about if culture would still be here today, but I'm glad that it is. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, because I know you're the person that manned the ship and made it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like we again, like having civil rights, like we all have a responsibility to put our tip, you know what I'm saying, our ticket in the hat every fucking day. Every fucking day, bro. We got to put our ticket in the hat and survive. And whatever that means really should be a legacy, you know? Like you can't you always got to be doing stuff so people could kind of like they're going to look back at it whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? They're going to look back at what the fuck you did. You know what I'm saying? How you presented yourself in front of people, how you represented the people that was there, and how you wanted the message to be portrayed too. So that's one of the things why I love cult culture. And cult culture, like, how did the name come about? Like, about? I mean, like, how did cult culture's name come about?
So cult culture is literally like what it says. Basically the culture of cults. So our motto is super fans only, and that is rooted in like don't just be a fan of something, be a super fan, and don't just like something, love it, and love it like with all your heart. And we try to curate events around like cult fan bases so that we can cultivate, not like no pun intended, like cultivate the super fans for that specific theme. You know what I mean? And when you said like leaving a legacy and like people are gonna look back on it, that's one of my biggest things for a lot of the shows I do. Like I want to get it done because we're literally writing history. Shout out to everybody who just walked in. It's lit. Like we literally once we do it, it's done. You know what I mean? And no one can ever take that away from us. You know what I mean? And that means a lot to me, especially like when we're doing like the memorials and like doing all the events. But it's like it's like kind of capturing a time, like capturing a moment in time that's like one of a kind, and that's really important to me. Like I always have to like no, we have to do, the X Memorial. We have to do the Juice Memorial. We have to do the Rager Rumble, Royal Rumble party. Like we have to do Cult Mania because it's like if we don't do it now, we can't do it. Like unless we do WrestleMania 40, we won't be able to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? It could be WrestleMania 41, WrestleMania 42. So a big part of that is just trying to capture that moment and base it around the super fans because like fans are cool, super fans are the best. You know what I mean? Like super fans will keep shit afloat for life. You know what I mean?
And I'm glad that you mentioned the Juice Memorial. Like that was how did that go?
Yo, that was fire. That like, oh, there's always fire, but I think that was extra fire because RP Juice, man. It's Juice World, man. It's like you gotta show credit where it's due, even in the afterlife. Like that's the point. Legends don't die. The Juice World still has fans. Like there are people, thousands and millions of people, super fans that listen to his shit every day religiously. What about those people? Where can they meet other super fans? You know what I mean? And that's the main thing. Where can super fans meet other super fans and connect? It's not necessarily about the artist. It's more about the community that's supporting the artist, but Juice Memorial is fire. We had the Cult Culture Awards. That was fire, like with the awards, it was like we had to build. We couldn't just have an award ceremony 1 month into the cult culture and just be like, yeah, like we just picking people. Like it wasn't like a popularity contest. It was about acknowledging the people who really like showed up and showed out multiple times, aka you 12 times. You know what I'm saying? 12 times, 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 12 times. That might have been like 9 times I said it. 12 times, 12 times, 12 times. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real. You know what I'm saying? That's 12 events. You know what I mean? Like no one gave that to you. You showed up. You put the feet to the pavement and fucking believed in yourself to 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 go hard for yourself every single time. And we have to acknowledge that because if not, like who's gonna acknowledge it? You know what I mean? Like we have to acknowledge the work that the people even at the level we're at, we have to acknowledge it. It's not all about like who's the most popular. It's about like who's really showing up, showing out, believing in themselves, and pushing positivity. So shout out to you again, of course. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I be hosting a lot of co-culture events, man. It's I really do it like 'cause I love it. Like every time that you tell me to like pull up and do something, like it's always like, all right, like I'm really gonna show up and put my ticket in the hat and really make a great show. You know, that's like for anything that I do. Anything that I do, I make sure saying like everyone is recognized. Saying shout out Hara, Noble Sun, Phantom Red Records. Saying coming soon. My boy from Brazil coming through, showing love from Seattle. My boy Voss, you feel me? My boy snoozing in the back over there with 7 stars. You feel me? My boy fucking Raj, bro. Like Rod be doing some crazy shit, bro. Rodney always be getting the good flicks. Our girl Sabine, man, fucking model. Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got a very special guest. If you know me, then you know this, brother. I just want to say, all hail King David, the not written freestyle king of the North. It is our honor. It is your honor, King David. All hail. He play his role. He been chilling in the back, but there is no cult culture without King David. And whether you know it today or know it tomorrow, you definitely gonna know it. If you don't know, you should know. If you should know, you will know. All hail King David.
All hail King David, the king of the non-written freestyle of the North.
We are here. How art thou, Theory Coon? Cult culture. We are here to eliminate all ruckery and fuckery in hip hop. You done unleashed the beast. Now it's time for y'all to compete.
King David, I would like to interview you for a second. Representing cult culture as well. King David, what does cult culture mean to you?
My blood and bones. Every atom in my body. Every molecule in my brain. Every DNA molecule that's going on in my entire family. That's all I need to say about that topic.
And King David, they call you, the king of the non-written freestyles. Where does that energy come from?
I've never wrote a rhyme in my life. No, I'm lying. I wrote one rhyme in my life. About 20 years ago, there was a battle on 125th Street and Lenox Ave. I shall not mention the name, for the fact of the matter is that I do not want any clout chasers. Anyway, I was demolished. And I said I shall write this one rap in case I have to meet that demise again. It never happened. So, I never exposed that verse.
That's very regal of you. Very regal to have that in the tuck and still be freestyling. So King David, where did that name come from, King David? I see that you have the crown. What I'm saying? You got the silky. He got the silky underneath it. Yeah, yeah, the Excalibur sword is in the rock, what I'm saying, somewhere, waiting patiently for the one again to reach. But where does the name come from?
Well, back in my day, the Latin kings tried to recruit me, but I was not having it.
Oh man, I was not expecting that answer. That's so great. That's so great. Thank you. I love that, King David. And what is your role together as co-culture? Like, I see that X Most High, does the shows as well. There's flyers, on and about. The show happens. What would be your role? Like, are you like, saying personality driven with cult culture? Do you create that essence, for cult culture? Like when the freestyles does happen, King David got to show its sword. So, explain to me, your role together with cult culture.
Um, it's simple, really. Um, you know, culture is a kingdom, and every kingdom has a king. So you see the dragon. He's basically the dragon. So every time you see the dragon, you should think of King David, and every time you think of King David, you should think all hail King David, the not written freestyle king of the North.
We are here. For the fact of the matter is that cult culture shows no fear. Everything that I think, I speak, and if I do not think it, I do not speak it. When MCs have to sit down and tweak it, they'll be sitting there thinking all weekend. I have no time for that. So therefore, my time to rap comes out the back of my neck where my naps is at. A lot of cats' raps is whack, and that's a fact. So if they want to really battle, bring that bag and come back.
King David. All hail King David. Yes. Oh my God. That was very that was special. That was really special. I'm not gonna lie. Every single time I see King David, like it's always a fucking like influence onto my life. Yeah, yeah, it's always an influence onto my life. And I want to speak on that a little bit. Like where do you see cult culture in the next like 5 years, next 5 to 10 years? Like, 'cause I see that you're, doing stuff in the New York area, representing, certain boroughs, the Bronx mainly. 'Cause I believe y'all are from the Bronx or Harlem. Okay, yeah, yeah, Bronx and Harlem. So like, where do you see yourselves in like the next 5 to 10 years? Where do the venues come from? Like, are you there scouting for venues, or did they come to you? Like, can you explain a little bit more about just the future for culture?
I think what we've built so far together is a great foundation for what will be a very household name in the space that we operate. I think we're gonna take cult culture to the highest level. You know, festivals, tournaments, wrestling. A lot of different there are a lot of different sections that make up cult culture, because it's not just one thing. It's not just the X Most High show. I've been really behind the scenes for a lot of it, because I want to just I want it to be able to stand by itself. So I definitely we got to start planning for the cult culture convention. That'll be like the big once a year shebanga. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Chavez Center, Barclay Center, Staples Center, Lincoln Center. You know what I'm saying? Center of the fucking universe. This is my first time saying it. This is my first interview since Cult Culture's been in existence. First interview from the first artist on Cult Culture. That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? That's theory on theory on theory on theory right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, for real, part of my left. Like that's how we do it. And we're definitely gonna take it to the highest level. Um, the highest of the highest. Like think Rolling Loud, think Lyrical Lemonade. Like think of rock rock the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like think of you know Comic Con. Think of WrestleMania. That level. The highest level. And thank God that we're able to even speak like that, and actually believe it, and actually be able to see it through. We're definitely going, brother. And you coming with us. We're going. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we do it. That's how we do it.
I do want to speak more on your influence. Shout out Coke Culture. Like this is a very monumental event right now. Like we really got the realest of the real pulling up. And all of this is kind of like a celebration of just what we've experienced in our lives. So I do want to go a little bit, with the time that we have left. I do want to go a little bit, not too deep, but like what are your influences in general? Like what are your influences that created cult culture? Because you're an artist yourself as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. The people who influence me and influence cult culture are all the cult culture artists, and I will try my best right now to name as many as possible. Theory Coon, Cohen Gray, Quest, Ross Sauce, King David, X Most High, King Dre, Muda, Demon Dogs, What the Fuck Vibe, Legendary Wax, Speedy MH, Vert, or is it Siri Vert? It's Siri Vert. I knew it was Siri Vert. The Lil Fairy, Toshi Navarra, um, who else? Who else is on Cult Culture? It's hundreds of people. Um, mm, Spliff Happy, shout out to Spliff Happy making his cult debut on February 3rd. Shout out to him. DJ Cowboy, DJ Sauce, DJ Ace, DJ V. Um, uh, yeah, it's bigger than myself. Like all those people who are just techie. Shout out to techie. Yeah, yeah. My biggest influence right there. That's what I'm talking about. It's bigger than myself, and I want to keep it that way. Like I want to play my role and give credit where it's due to those who deserve it, and that's my biggest influence. Just giving people their flowers the best way I can in the most wavy way I can. That's how I'm coming. My favorite rapper, if you're asking that, ASAP Rocky, of course. The goat of goats, the goat of my goats, you know what I'm saying? Eminem, KRS-One, um, knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. I'm on some shit though. I be calling myself Roman Reigns supreme over nearly everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like Roman Reigns from, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm on some shit like that, But who else? Everybody, man. Shout out Barack Obama. Shout out Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out the actor who played V from Vendetta. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, word. Like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Great Gatsby specifically. Um, Shia LaBeouf. Shit. Action Bronson. Scottie Pippen. You know. Shout out to David Stern and all that. ASAP Yams, RIP. RIP to XXX Tentacion. RIP to Lil Peep. RIP to Juice WRLD. RIP to Mac Miller. RIP to Pop Smoke. It's love. It's love. Everything is love, and nothing rooted in fear can ever flourish to the highest level. And that's why we operate with love and without fear, continuously and always. Got a little choked up talking about Shia LaBeouf just now, man. He just inspired, yo, man. Holes, man. Holes is fire, man. Like, that's how we doing it, bro.
And what is the next show for cult culture? Um, like what's around the corner for cult culture?
Everybody, if you're listening, if you're in this room right now, February 3rd, we're having Cardi Party 3. Playboy Cardi super fan party. Shout out to Cardi. He's fucking on fire right now. His shit been fire. Shout out to everyone who. Oh, new song from Cardi tonight. Oh, yo, you got the drop, man. Nah, what? How's it gonna go? Sia, Sia. Yo, we definitely gonna go crazy for Cardi Party 3. Cardi Party 1 was like 2 years ago. Cardi Party 1. Well, you did Cardi Party 2. Yeah, Cardi Party 2. You were the only artist at Cardi Party 2. And that was dope as fuck. And yeah, we just felt like it was time to run Cardi Party 3. You know, we going to Eureka's. That's the first time we're gonna be in Eureka's. It's gonna be a hell of a show. We got Spliff Happy, Demon Dogs. We got Hood Punks coming through. We got a lot of dope artists, and we got a lot of dope DJs that are gonna kill shit. We got Techie coming through, Theory Coon coming through. If you in the area or the area, definitely pull up. Cardi Party 3, February 3rd, 2024. And after that, we'll see. Stay tuned for upcoming events.
Yes, you heard it here. The first interview of Cold Culture by the first artist of Cold Culture. And it won't be the last time that we meet because our story's everlasting and our love will again slaughter the evil of this world. King David, may you launch us off.
There shall not be any games played. Cult culture, ex most high, Theory Coon. Rest in peace, Bismarcky. Rest in peace, DMX. Rest in peace, Black Rob. Rest in peace, Chris Lighty. Without you, I shall not be here right now. King David has spoken.
That's how you cut it. Thank you, Cold Culture. Thank you so much for pulling up, man. Shout out XPIZZA, Dirty Magazine, Theory Coon. Make sure y'all stay tuned.